UK Games Expo this year was probably for me one of the best I've done yet. Historically, I'm there with my artwork, displaying and selling from my World War A series. Last year I had a setup which looked a little different because I included my lava terrain that I made way back in the early days of the origins of the channel. That terrain went down so well at UK Games Expo, I realised that really I need to focus on the terrain side of my hobby life and bring that to that particular show. I put my artwork on a little bit of a back shelf and had a much bigger area in which I could showcase what I do on the channel and bring the educational element to the table with record numbers of 74,000 people through the doors at this year's UK Games Expo. What I would like to say is that my Bitsbox idea that you saw me making on the last video I released, that I think should be here now, they went down really well. Lots of people got excited about the idea, and if you're not sure what the idea is, go check out that video and you'll kind of see. I have a few of these left, but right now if you wanted to get your hands on one of the last few that are left, leave a comment down below and or email me directly and we'll take it from there. They're just a few pounds each, so nothing expensive. The only thing is I'd have to cover postage now. So this is what I made from the Bitsboxes. People really liked the idea of using the box itself and what's inside to come up with something. So if you are one of the people who bought one of the Bitsboxes, then please do, if you're watching this video, please do let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to show me what you made. You know, that would be awesome. I have to say that some of the table setups this year were some of the best I've seen as well. I've got to give a big shout out to Nate at Dwarven Forge. The guy knows how to put a table together. He has obviously got some of the best game terrain access out there, but what a beautiful table, Nate. Hats off to you, mate. That was beautiful. Nate runs a whole bunch of videos on how to put Dwarven Forge together. I don't use Dwarven Forge myself, a little bit out of my budget, but it's beautiful, and if I could, I would for sure. I did a wander around the hall when I could on the Friday, grabbing a little bit of video footage. I had Mary helping me on the Friday. That really played out quite well. So my plan over the course of the weekend was to work on a piece of terrain from a Bitsbox that I had taken that people could engage with, ask questions about, and get to know what it is to scratch build your own terrain. This was obviously very industrial, but I didn't get very far with it, but this is where I got to. There is a little bit of recording of me talking about this, but I didn't get a chance to really record my process here to this point. But this piece is going to be the feature of an upcoming video once I've got it finished, which shouldn't be too long. But what was really great was the fact that Mary got a chance for the very first time to have a go at making some terrain. So she didn't get very far, she was only there on the Friday, but she's got a bunch of bits here in a box, Bitsbox, ready to carry on. So you're going to see her. I got a little bit of footage of her making this bit of terrain, but you're going to see her having a go at finishing this as well on the channel, which will be pretty amazing. I'll be really stoked to see where she takes this and then put it on the bigger piece that you can probably just about make out back here that's being made. So it was a lot of fun, and of course it engaged the people passing by, which was awesome. Some fantastic talks. I did a demonstration of how to strip for your greeblies, which also brings me to this point. I'm going to say, here's today's sponsor. Is your project running low on bits, but your Bitsbox is basically empty? Get this great t-shirt to remind you to fill your Bitsbox with junk. Get it on Redbubble. Get this shirt to remind you not to throw anything away. Get this shirt to remind you to strip for your greeblies. Support the channel right here. So yeah, those t-shirts were really fun, and if you like them, go check out the Redbubble and you'll find them there, and that will really help support this channel. Having people engage over scratch-built terrain led to a really cracking moment with a young lad introduced himself as the son-in-law of Martin Boer, who created the model of the Nostromo, also the Starbug from Red Dwarf, and a whole slew of other models. Thank you for your enthusiasm at the table if you catch this episode. You will see this bad boy just illuminating my face here. I had the opportunity to take advantage of a offer that the Daylight Company had got going on their lights. Now, the Daylight Company make the lights that a lot of mini painters on YouTube use. They are amazing lights. They had a really good deal. I got this little light here, but I was after the big light. But the big light I'm actually going to be using down on my drawing board down in the art studio, which you can see me setting up here. And what a flood of light that presents as well. Fantastic light. Can't wait to get painting under that. Lighting for art is always very difficult, as is lighting for the table here, you know, painting minis and terrain. The beauty of this light is it's completely wireless, completely cordless, so I can charge it up, take it where I need it. So when I'm downstairs in the game room and the painting studio for minis, I can take this down, and it has got the magnifier, the atypical magnifier here as well, and a really super bright light, much brighter than my current light. I hoped to catch up with a few friends. I managed to catch up with my good friend Ralph Horsley, who has a fantastic YouTube channel. He's one of the D&D Magic the Gathering artists. A few other friends as well around the hall. It was really nice to see Dave from MS Paints there as well, although I never actually got a chance to chat to him, which I'm really sad about, because I would have liked to have had a good old chinwag with him. But I saw on his UK Games Expo retrospective that was actually the first time he'd attended UK Games Expo. So I hope you enjoyed it, Dave. It looked like you did, and I hope at one of the other shows we get a chance to meet up, because I'd love to dig in deep over terrain making escapades. So on the Sunday, I was helped out by Joe from Dudley Central. He has a fantastic channel. It's not our world of the gaming table, but it is the world of the model railway hobbyists, and Joe is one of the best around. A brilliant channel. Go check that channel out. But he helped me out on the Sunday, which meant I was able to head on out for a little while and go and collect the books that I wanted to get before the end of the show. So right now, my group that plays Alien, well, we're gonna have at least the rest of this year as running a short campaign following the Chariot of the Gods starter set. 2 characters managed to survive, and they're going to go on to hopefully find their way in a dark, terrifying universe. But after that, we are hoping to dig into the Dracula Dossier, the game by Knights Black Agents. So I saw that Pelgrane Press had a stand there, and I managed to pick up Knights Black Agents, the core rulebook. I would have also liked to have got a second book, but they were a tiny bit pricey, at £40 a piece, which I know is not unreasonable given the amount of time we'll actually end up playing, but I couldn't afford more than one book right now. However, it will be next year, at least, before I start this game. So hopefully I will be able to get the at least one other book, the Director's Handbook, hopefully. So I've been reading. I have all of the books in PDF form from an old Humble Bundle that I got. So I've definitely been reading a lot about the game. It looks really exciting. I have to say, it looks really interesting. One of the core mechanics of Knights Black Agents that I really do like is the idea of the cons pyramid, and I think I can fold that into my D&D prep. More about that later. Talking the Alien RPG, I have managed to finally get hold of a copy of Heart of Darkness. Free League were there and they had a great stand as ever, but they had no Alien RPG stuff at all. I guess because of the Kickstarter, which I have backed, so I will get the new second edition rules for sure, but this was the last and final component part of their first edition, so now I have everything that they've published for the Alien RPG. I managed to get this off one of the other games stores. Actually cannot remember who the game store was, but I was very happy to find it on a bottom shelf tucked away where most people hadn't spotted it. If you haven't played the Alien RPG, I highly recommend at least the starter set. It is fast and furious and terrifying and a great deal of fun. Might take a little shift of gears, it certainly did for me, because I'm a kind of a DM who likes to see the characters' story arcs evolve, and killing off characters fast goes against the grain for me. But we bought into it, and it is very, very good. We'll see where it goes on to. Whether we end up playing Heart of Darkness, I'm not sure, but at least I have now the material that's in there. I have been investing in some of the other 5th edition rules systems that are out there. Tales of the Valiant is obviously quite new. I know I like what I've heard. I've not played Tales of the Valiant. I don't intend playing purist Tales of the Valiant, but my D&D game since the release of the 2024 rules has transformed into something more of a hybrid of the original 2014 rules. I don't have any interest in the 2024 set. I want to continue with the 2014, but with a few additions, some homebrew and that, and there's some stuff in the Tales of the Valiant system which I really quite like. One of them notably being their luck system. But I want to dig in a little further. I love the artwork on the cover of this book. I've only heard good things, so I've purchased this one so that I can cherry pick from it for my own D&D games. So, talking D&D games and things that I love, I have been a long time fan of the Eldritch Lorecast. If you've never watched the Eldritch Lorecast, it is a lot of fun. It's high octane, spitballing just crap from the D&D, the whole universe of D&D, and a bit beyond. But the Ghostfire Gaming stand was there, so I managed to get an absolute steal of a bargain, which was their 3 core books. A huge monster grimoire, like 400 and odd pages. It's absolutely solid, chunky. The player's guide, although obviously I'm not a player, and the campaign guide. Now you know, again, like the Tales of the Valiant, I have not played any Grim Hollow. I did do their Ethereal Expanse Kickstarter last year, so I have that book. Which is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous artwork throughout. I actually did that Kickstarter for a D&D campaign which I know is looming on a distant horizon, but I know it's looming. But I really like the grim dark fantasy take that their Grim Hollow setting has. And again, I have reason for this for future D&D games, not because I want to specifically play in the Grim Hollow setting, but because there's a lot of the stuff in the Grim Hollow setting that I like, and in the rule setting that I want to cherry pick, one of them being their corruption rules. Sadly, I can't yet use these books because I didn't buy them. Mary bought them. It's my birthday in a few weeks' time, so she purchased these very kindly. Thank you, my darling. But she's a stickler for me not opening them until it's my birthday, so they're all still sealed. I don't have access to the actual books yet, but I did do the Humble Bundle actually just before buying these, so I do have the PDFs of all of these as well. I have referenced the fact that I have a number of these books in PDF through various Humble Bundles. And one of the things I want to bring to the channel in the very near future is my game prep. I'm a huge fan of Sly Flourish, Mike Shea's 8 Steps of the Lazy Dungeon Master. I think it works well no matter which game system you're actually using. I've used it for 5th edition, I use it for the Alien RPG, and I've used it certainly for other systems as well, for one-offs, etc. And I would like to bring my variation of his 8 steps for the Lazy DM. That's a thing that's coming on the channel relatively soon. I have a climax campaign running at the moment, which ties up a story that's been running for a good few years now in the Forgotten Realms. Started back with the Princes of the Apocalypse release. 10 years later, we are kind of coming to the end of that saga. Yes, it's taken a while. I am old school. But I want to show you my prep and how I work with my terrain in my game prep. I'm a pen and paper DM, but I'm presenting my game prep in a manner that you can see it and enjoy it and hopefully learn something from it. I cannot wait until next year's UK Games Expo. I plan to really bring the terrain side of my life to the show next year. If you've never managed to make it to UK Games Expo, if you're into RPGs, tabletop, board games, then you cannot get a better show, in my opinion. It is absolutely fantastic, full of really good people who know their stuff, they're friendly, and you can spend a lot of money. So I will see you very soon on the channel, and hopefully I will meet you next year at the next UK Games Expo.